Hey guys! What's up? Alpha Lion Simba here, and welcome to another animal memoir. It's time we covered another large herbivore and one that I don't consider very well known, and that is the Pyrenean Ibex. So, let's jump up the mountains and have a look. The Pyrenean ibex was one of 4 subspecies of the Iberian ibex, a species endemic to the Pyrenees, but they were most common in the Cantabrian Mountains in southern France and the northern Pyrenees. The Pyrenean ibex had short hair which varied according to the seasons. During the summer, its hair was short, and in the winter, the hair grew longer and thicker. The hair on the ibex's neck remained long throughout all seasons, and the males and females could be distinguished due to color, fur, and horn differences. The male was a faded grayish-brown during the summer, and they were decorated with black in several places on the body, such as the mane, forelegs, and forehead. In the winter, the ibex was less colorful. The male transformed from a grayish-brown to a dull gray, and where the spots were once black, he became dull and faded. The female ibex, though, could be mistaken for a deer since her coat was brown throughout the summer. Unlike the male ibex, a female lacked black coloring. The young ibex were colored like the female for the first year of their life. The male had large, thick horns curving outwards and backwards, then outwards and downwards, then inwards and upwards. The surface of the horn was ridged, and the ridges developed progressively with age. The ridges were said to represent a year, so the total would correspond to the ibex's age. The female had short, cylindrical horns, and they mainly ate vegetation such as grasses and herbs. Pyrenean ibex migrated according to seasons. In the spring, they would migrate to more elevated parts of the mountains where the males and females would mate. In spring, females would normally separate from the males so they can give birth in more isolated areas. The kids were typically born during May, usually singularly. During the winter, the ibex would migrate to valleys that are not covered in snow, which would allow them to eat regardless of the change in season. In the Middle Ages, Pyrenean ibex were very abundant in the Pyrenees region, but they decreased rapidly in the 19th and 20th centuries due to hunting pressure. In the second half of the 20th century, only a small population survived in the Ordesa National Park situated in the Spanish Central Pyrenees. Competition with domestic and wild ungulates also contributed to the extinction of the Pyrenean ibex. Much of its range was shared with sheep, domestic goats, cattle, and horses, especially in summer when it was in the high mountain pastures. This led to interspecific competition and overgrazing, which particularly affected the ibex in the dry years. In addition, the introduction of non-native wild ungulate species in areas occupied by the ibex, e.g. fallow deer and mouflon, in the Sierras de Cazorla, Seguera y Las Villas Natural Park, increased the grazing pressure as well as the risk of transmission of both native and exotic diseases. The last natural Pyrenean ibex, a female named Celia, was found dead on January 6, 2000, as she had been killed by a fallen tree. After which, the Pyrenean ibex was officially declared extinct. The Pyrenean ibex became the first animal ever to become unextinct on July 30th, 2003, when a cloned female ibex was born alive and survived for several minutes before dying from lung defects, after which the Pyrenean Ibex was once again declared extinct. Well, that was it. My animal memoir on the Pyrenean Ibex. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Leave requests in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let's have a quick moment of silence for the Pyrenean Ibex. Alpha Lion Simba, out.